I never thought I'd be the one to betray him, but here I am staring at the divorce papers that have shattered my world into a million pieces, each line a reminder of my failure. Eli was my high school sweetheart, the love I thought would last a lifetime. Yet we drifted apart like two ships lost in the night, each searching for something we couldn't articulate. It started subtly. Late nights at work turned into unexplained absences, and with every unanswered call, my heart sank deeper into a pit of confusion and dread. I had always trusted Eli with my whole heart, but the gnawing feeling in my gut twisted my insides, compelling me to watch him like a hawk, my love morphing into a shadowy obsession. His phone became a fortress, and the way he flinched when I reached for it made me feel like an intruder in my own home, each flinch a dagger that pierced my trust. One evening, my heart thundered in my chest as I confronted him, my voice trembling with fear and desperation, but he looked me dead in the eye and said, "You're imagining things, Christina?" I wanted to believe him. I clung to the hope that my instincts were wrong, but the seeds of doubt had taken root, spiraling out of control, suffocating my every thought. Days dragged on, my paranoia gnawing at me like a relentless beast, each late night and unreturned text deepening the wound in my heart, leaving me gasping for air. Then came Christmas Eve, a night meant for joy and laughter. But all I felt was a suffocating dread as I lay beside him, the chasm of our distance stretching wider, threatening to swallow me whole. When I woke up, the sunlight poured through the window, illuminating the harsh reality of my life. Divorce papers and photographs of my infidelity, evidence of the greatest betrayal I never intended to commit. My heart raced, panic clawing at my throat as I read the words, disbelief washing over me. He had stripped away my voice, leaving no chance for explanation, no opportunity for redemption. In that moment, I felt the ground beneath me crumble, a chasm opening up as Eli ghosted me completely, changing his number, moving out without a single word of goodbye. The betrayal cut deep, but the embarrassment that followed was a relentless storm, as Eli sent proof of my affair to everyone we knew, branding me a pariah in my own life. Friends turned away, family looked at me with disappointment, and the whispers at work felt like knives carving away my identity. I felt utterly alone, a stranger in my own skin. I lost my job, my sense of self, and the life I had painstakingly built with a man I thought I knew inside and out. I felt like a ghost haunting my own memories. In the depths of despair, I spiraled into a darkness so profound that I attempted to take my own life, convinced that it was the only escape from the suffocating pain. But I survived, waking up in a hospital bed, the sterile smell of antiseptic mingling with my shattered dreams, feeling more lost than I ever thought possible. Weeks dragged on before Eli agreed to meet me, and I clung to the slimmest hope that perhaps we could find a path back to each other, a chance to rewrite our story. But as we sat across from each other, his eyes were cold and unyielding, devoid of the warmth I cherished for over 2 decades. He made it painfully clear that reconciliation was a fantasy. Every apology I offered fell flat, met with a chilling indifference that cut deeper than any knife ever could, leaving me bleeding inside. As the divorce was finalized, I felt a part of me die. The dreams we had cherished, the life we had built, now nothing but ashes slipping through my fingers. Meanwhile, Eli wasted no time moving on, quickly entering a relationship with a longtime friend, and I was left to watch as the pieces of my life were reassembled without me. Each day was a struggle. I would wake up, staring at the empty space beside me, wondering how I had let everything slip through my fingers like sand. The guilt was suffocating, a constant companion whispering in my ear, reminding me of the choices that had led to my downfall, a relentless reminder of my failures. I tried to piece together my life, but the ghosts of my past haunted me at every turn, their whispers echoing in the silence of my empty home. Every time I saw Eli with her, a knife twisted in my gut, the betrayal reverberating in my heart like a cruel echo, a reminder of the love I had lost. I longed for his forgiveness, for a chance to explain the turmoil that led to my mistakes, but deep down I knew I would never receive that grace. I sought therapy, hoping to unravel the knots in my heart, but each session felt like a descent into my own grave, digging deeper into my failures. The therapist asked about my childhood, and I realized I had always been searching for love in the wrong places, blinded by insecurities I never acknowledged. I had pushed Eli away, a casualty of my own fears, and now I was left with a hollow ache where love once thrived, an emptiness that gnawed at my soul. Our boys were caught in the crossfire of our broken marriage, and the pain that etched itself into their faces was a wound that would never fully heal. They tried to be supportive, but I saw the disappointment in their eyes, the struggle to reconcile the woman I had become with the mother they once adored. Every time I heard them talk about their father moving on, it felt like salt in an open wound, a relentless reminder of everything I had destroyed. I attempted to date again, but every man felt like a ghost of Eli, and I found myself comparing them in ways I knew were unfair, yet felt inevitable. Loneliness wrapped around me like a heavy blanket, suffocating and familiar, but I was determined to claw my way out from beneath its weight. I began journaling, pouring my heart onto the pages, trying to make sense of the chaos swirling in my mind, each entry a confrontation with my past. Every word was a reflection on the choices that led me to this moment of reckoning, a desperate search for understanding in a landscape of regret. I wanted to scream at the world for being so unfair, for taking everything I held dear, but all I felt was an oppressive silence, as if the universe was mocking me. I learned to fill my days with small joys, moments of clarity where I could breathe without the weight of my mistakes crushing me, if only for a moment. But every laugh felt hollow, every smile a mask, as the guilt of my betrayal lingered like a dark cloud, threatening to rain down despair at any moment. Eventually, I accepted that I had to let go of the life I envisioned. It was time to forge a new path for myself, even if I walked it alone. I enrolled in a community college, hoping to rediscover who I was beyond the confines of my marriage, searching for pieces of my identity in unfamiliar places. It was a small victory, a flicker of hope in an otherwise bleak existence, but it felt exhilarating to have a purpose again, to reclaim a part of myself. As weeks turned into months, I began to reconnect with the vibrant, ambitious woman I once was, learning to embrace the parts of me that had been buried. I still struggled with the haunting memories of Eli and my betrayal, but I found solace in the knowledge that I was not defined by my past mistakes. I had lost everything, but in the ashes of my former life, I was slowly starting to rise again, a phoenix determined to reclaim her existence. Though I would always carry the scars of my choices, I was learning to embrace the future with tentative hope and cautious optimism, ready to face whatever came next. In the end, I realized that life is a tapestry woven from love and loss. While the thread of my marriage had frayed, the fabric of my existence was still being crafted anew. Thank you for watching. For more real stories and powerful dramas, be sure to like, subscribe, and explore our I Love You 2 channel. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting us and transforming your love life with the Make Him Worship You program, linked in the description. It's a game changer for any woman seeking the love she truly deserves.